Yes, sir, baby. On the radar. Yo, joining me today, Lil West is here with me. What up?
What's good, bro? What's happening?
Yo, what's poppin'? Final Home EP out now. Congratulations. This EP is dope. And, we were talking a little bit before the interview, but why I enjoyed this EP so much is because it's six. So I have a thing for like those 6 or 7 songs EPs where it's just like, it's the perfect amount of music. It's not too
Okay.
much. It's not too little. It's just like,
Yeah,
just right. It hits that sweet spot. You feel me?
definitely.
So how do you feel now that the tape's out? Like, how are you feeling, now that this new project, I know this is like your first kind of like solo project out back into the world in a while. Obviously I know last year you had the Lil West and Brevin Kim. I want to make sure I say that name right.
Yeah, yeah.
Project that came out. But how are you feeling with this project kind of out now?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I just been ready and anxious to drop new music. So like it's definitely like I'm excited. I want everybody to hear what I've been working on and how much I changed during like with this new music and just all type of new topics and new things that I'm going through and just
Right. And so with that being said, you said that you want to kind of introduce people to the new things that you've been going through. So what are some things that you feel like that you've gone through this past year, with everything going on in the world that you never really touched on before that, you kind of explored more with this project?
probably just like adjusting to certain things that like just life things and a whole bunch of like just because I had moved to LA for a little
Mhm.
bit, so like dealing with moving to LA and getting settled and what I mean, and dealing with relationships from back home to LA to
Yeah.
just like cool things like that.
What kind of influenced your decision to move to LA? Because I know you're originally from Delaware, correct? I don't know if that's where you were living before LA, but at what influenced this decision to move to LA?
Um,
About
I
riding
just
through the Ave because Gecs say be right back.
um just like I just wanted to find a new place to work. You feel me? Because I done did
Mm.
it all like back home, you know. So like it's just like LA was just like one of the moves that I was like, okay, yeah, like I gotta move out here. Like I gotta, make a little change for myself.
Did you feel like it was also like a creative decision, like back home, you were just kind of like you weren't feeling it, like certain things, or and LA just kind of seemed new, refreshing, and it's like, maybe now we can kind of do some different things out here.
Just yeah, like in LA, you get it you get different thoughts everywhere. So like, I was in a different creative space. You feel me?
Mm.
LA was just something different, totally different that I never really recorded in LA. Like I recorded a little bit in LA, but not like a whole project. So like that it was like a real something different, like.
So with the project, obviously it's called Final Home. What's kind of like the meaning behind that? Because we touched on like some of the other things that about the project, like that you're going through. But what is the significance of Final Home, and why did you kind of want to go that way with the name and all that?
Um, I think so like if you look at the cover, it's
Which I
kind of like
wanted to
me.
talk to too.
Yeah. So it's like me holding myself, kind
Yeah.
of like dangling the old me and like
Mm.
presenting the new me. You feel me? And just like showing you like it's just no more of the old me. Like I'm about to drop the old me, and this is the new me. Like you feel me? Because when you drop new music, and some people, you do different things, and then people say, oh, you should go back to this or go back to this. So like this is the new me. This is me like presenting the new me. You feel me? And everything that's coming with it.
Do you feel like you have to deal with a lot of people telling you that, especially because you've been around since like the SoundCloud era, and like with a lot of SoundCloud era rappers who have grown and in their music and personally, the music changes. So do
Yeah,
you feel like you've had to deal with that a lot?
yeah, definitely, because people want me to collab with the same people that I collab with before, and just make that same type vibe. But you know, when I'm dropping projects, every year or so. So like,
Mhm.
the times are switching up, the sounds are switching up, and that type, some things go out of style, and so yeah, I get that all the time, though, bro, all the time.
I could already see how wiped you are from it. You're like I'm sick of seeing those comments like, oh, go back to doing this or this or this or whatever.
Yeah,
And like with the growth, because like you've been around, you've been dropping music on SoundCloud since I don't know, like what 5 6 years ago, maybe even longer than that. If you had some old records, you might have hid on the back end.
Yeah.
Growing from that SoundCloud era and that sound and that everything that came along with that era, how do you what were some of the challenges I guess you faced kind of when it came to growing, I guess, past that stage of your life and your music and career?
Um, just like just evolving. It's just me evolving every day and all the time, and just trying to get better and just like all that type of things. Like just me growing and getting better and just trying to just trying to explore and just try different things with my music.
Right. And we talked a little bit about the art before for the cover, but I also have to tell you how much like I love the cover art for like the other singles like West Side. Like I love the cover art for that. Who's like the artist behind all this stuff? I'm assuming it's the same artist because it's all very similar style. But who's the artist behind this style of your recent cover art, and what was kind of your, I guess, thought process behind kind of taking like this kind of hyper realistic NFT kind of style of look for your covers?
My brother Zach, man. Zach is the one. He's making all my
Dope.
ideas come to life, and just and like me and him sat down and talked about it. He was just like, "Yo, bro, like I want to make you like like you're a character and like you're this big, like you're this massive character." So I was just like, "Okay, like that sounds cool. Like we should definitely do that." And I was definitely with it like the whole way.
No, that's hard. I love that. I love that. And something that I saw that you did last year that I was like, oh, this is kind of different, and I would have really expect him to be on this was this 100 Gecs remix, right? Of
Yeah.
Get, which I think is just is funny to say. But how did you kind of link up with them? Because that's kind of like that's definitely kind of something different than I guess some things you've done before.
Me and me and Hunter Gex been friends forever, bro. Like we've been
Mm,
friends since the SoundCloud days. I have records with them separately. You feel me? That I've dropped on projects or that I've just been on their projects or anything that they're doing. So like the relationship always been there for years. You feel me? So like it wasn't hard. Like they called me in like, yo, we want you to jump on this. Like we want you to do your rap style. You feel me?
mm.
So it was easy. You feel me? Like it wasn't nothing like out of my element. Like I was excited to do. It was fun working on a record. I did,
Are
and I
they
did
also?
that like
Oh no, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
I did that verse like a whole year after, like a whole year before they even dropped it. You feel me?
Wow. Are they like,
So like,
do you feel like you've grown with them like in the terms of like SoundCloud to now? Do you feel like, you guys have all kind of grown up together?
most definitely, 100%,
And I
hundred
also
percent.
and I also want to ask because you did this record with Night Lovell, who's been on the show before, and I personally love Night Lovell. And I know it was a while ago, but I wanted to ask about your connection with him.
Yeah, same thing with Lovell. Like we've been friends for years, bro. Like
Mhm.
this is nothing new. Like me and him been working for years. You feel me? Like even when he was a producer and not a rapper, like I was still working with him. So like that connection always been there too. So it's just all fun. Like when I work with them guys, like it just be fun.
No, it's funny. He's told me the story about how he used to be a producer and how like all his different name and shit like that, and that whole
Yeah,
situation, which I thought was really funny because now that I'm meeting you, it's cool to kind of meet people who he worked with and produced for because he didn't really name too many names when I asked him about the production stuff.
yeah. He's done for some production for me, like that I've dropped, and you
Mm,
know what I mean. And then like it's definitely like we've been working for a while, bro. Like it's been a while. We've been working
right,
like
right.
crazy.
So aside from the new project, what else do the people have to be on the lookout for from you this year? Do we think we're gonna get some new music this year? Like, what do you feel like is the next step for you after we drop Final Home?
Uh, Definitely more than music. Probably features more than anything. Like I'm a big feature guy. Like I always be on my features. I'm doing all features. You feel me?
Right.
I'm working with all my friends. Like I never really tell my friends no. Like I always try to fit every feature in. Like no matter what, because I just care about my craft and just care about my friends. Like that I work with a lot. So definitely more features for sure.
Do you feel like this past year the pandemic kind of slowed down like how much music you were putting out, or do you like
Yeah,
how do you feel about that? Because I noticed like obviously before the pandemic you were dropping a little bit more, and then
mhm.
as the pandemic slowed a lot of us down. I just wanted to see where you were at and how it kind of really affected what you were doing and how you were moving.
Yeah, it definitely affected a lot. How, like, cause we had everything planned, and then like the whole plan switches. You feel me? When all this happens, and then it's
Mhm.
like we're trying to regroup and trying to get back into the groove of things. So yeah, definitely, but it definitely shook a couple things up. But like I feel like we getting back into the groove now. I'm finally dropping music now. And I'm about to be even more consistent, and just you're gonna see me on people's projects. It's gonna be a lot.
And when it came to getting signed, how did that whole situation come about for you? Like, how did, what's your signing story?
Um, for real, like it was just me dropping music and like me getting
Mm.
a nice little bit of traction on my song. So like, and me just breaking barriers and doing something different, like especially on the SoundCloud scene. So like, it's definitely yeah.
What do you mean
That's
by
that's what it is.
what do you mean by like breaking barriers and whatnot?
Like just doing a whole bunch of different things. Like I was doing like acoustic stuff
Mm.
and like just like a lot of stuff like that. Just doing a whole bunch of different things.
Right, right. Well, you know what? This project is out now. It's amazing. 6 songs. Um, Maybe some more music the rest of the year, more visuals. What else do we have on the way that we can maybe talk about or kind of allude to?
Yeah, just more visuals, more features, and definitely might be another project this year. Maybe
Hopefully, you
another,
know what I'm saying? Now that we back
hopefully,
outside, I think, now is like the perfect time to kind of get back to it and whatnot.
most definitely.
Well, look, I appreciate you being here with me today, taking time out of your day. Congratulations again. Final Home is out now. Make sure y'all go check it out. My favorite joint is Rosalia. The hook on that is crazy. Definitely a banger. Definitely a banger. Let the people know where they could follow you at. Any last message you got for your fans? Now's the time to go ahead and drop it in there.
You can follow me at Lil West BB on everything. Um, and just we back outside, so we back outside.
Well, look, I appreciate you again. Make sure y'all go get that Final Home EP out now. Keep it locked because he gonna have some more music this year. It's gonna happen. He's gonna be on people's
For sure.
projects. He's gonna be everywhere. But until then, check out the EP. And until next time, it's Lil West on the radar, baby.
Let's do it.